Lang me your Limerick, I'm Lewis, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make your own thumbnails for your YouTube videos. So if you don't already know, I'm pretty sure you would know, it's quite obvious, but a thumbnail is obviously the picture you see before you click on a video. And that is what I'm going to be teaching you how to make today, with a very simple website that is free. It's basically like a Photoshop, and it's what I use to make my thumbnails. So I'm going to be teaching you how to do it, and I'm also teaching you another website where you can get fonts. So without further ado, let's jump in. So the website we're going to be using is Pixlr. Now I'm pretty sure most people have heard of Pixlr before. It's the one I use to make my own thumbnails. I'm not going to make a thumbnail like I would because I don't really want you guys stealing it. Pretty sure you understand that. But I'm gonna walk you through the steps on what to do, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a thumbnail to upload for your YouTube video. So first thing you're gonna see is obviously this. I wouldn't call it a menu. I would just call it a set of options. So you can either create an image, which is just a blank image, and then you import different images. You have open image from computer, so they'll be automatically in the size of that image. Or you can open image from a URL. I've never done that before, and we won't be doing that today. We're going to be clicking the top one, and there's a simple reason for that, is because we need to get the size right. Because thumbnails have to be a certain width and height. So instead of trying to type it in like this and then typing in numbers, that's obviously not it. But to prevent doing that, you can go into presets and then scroll down to movie 720p, and that automatically puts in the right dimensions for a thumbnail. And you want to click transparent. You don't need to name it at this point, and then you can hit OK, and you should see this when you click OK. So it's like a checkered pattern between grey and white. If you don't do that, make sure you go back and see what you did wrong. That's usually because you didn't click the transparent. You didn't check that box. So now that we are ready to begin making our thumbnail, I am going to show you where to get fonts from. So what you want to do is you want to go into Google and you want to go and do dafont.com, and this website has loads of different fonts for you to choose from. And I'm not sponsored by these guys or anything. I don't know if they do sponsors. This is just where I get my fonts from. So for this, I kind of I tend to go for graffiti, because some of them are quite bold, and then they stand out more, and that's what you kind of want for a thumbnail. You can do various. See, there's all these different options, all these different intersections and all that. You can even do Christmas themed ones, Halloween. So maybe you're doing a Halloween one. You know what? Let's do a Halloween. Let's do a Halloween thumbnail, shall we? Let's just put Happy Halloween or something like that. So I'm gonna rename the title to how to make a Halloween thumbnail. I don't know, I might do that. So anyway, once you've found the font that you want, you can actually click on it, and then it'll show you what the different characters look like under that font, which is actually pretty cool. And I think some of them you can actually type a sentence and it'll show you what it looks like, which is really good. So then once you've decided, once you've seen that it's good, you can click download, and then it'll say what do you want to do with it. You can just save it as, so I'll click save as, and then I'll save it in an area, and then I'll come back and show you show you what to do next. So once you have downloaded it, it'll go into the file that you saved it as, and then what it'll do is it'll give you this page here, where it shows like the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, which has every letter of the alphabet, apparently. So what you want to do is you want to hit install, and then that should install it onto your PC. So now if we go to here, and you want to click the A, so this is the type tool. I was getting a bit ahead of myself. So you click it, it should like do a white box around it, and then what you want to do is you just want to click anywhere, and then it's going to come up with this. And then what you want to do is you want to put in your text. So I'm going to be doing Happy Halloween. And then what I tend to do is at the start of the beginning, I leave a space. Now simply that just prevents any text from getting cut off. And then I tend to do white text, and I'll show you why in a minute. And then we need to find that font. And now the font is called Scary Halloween. So let's hope it's downloaded it correctly. There we go. Scary Halloween font, and then you click OK. So there's the happy there, and then we're going to put in Halloween. Look at that, there we go. And then we've left a space there, and then we're going to change it to white text. So this is the change, this is the color selector. You can basically pick any color. I should have probably said that the first time I did it, and then just leave it at the same size, and then hit OK. So then the next thing you want to do is we actually need to get some sort of background, because I don't really want to have a plain background here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to search up, let's search up orange and black. We'll go with grunge background. So grunge backgrounds are really good. And then if you go into images, here you go. So this is quite like Halloween style, and you want to find one. It doesn't actually matter the size. Okay, this one looks okay, but it's got text in the middle. You don't really want to have text there. That's pretty good. Could do better though. Yeah, we'll go with this one. So let's go, and then you just save picture as, and then save it into, I save it into thumbnails and unedited thumbnails, and then just save it as that. And then what I do is what you do is you go to File, and then you do Open Image, and then here's all the thumbnails I've made, and then you go into, we need to go to saw it, there we go, orange green background. So obviously I don't really want it that bright, because it is obviously Halloween. So the first thing you need to do to actually get it onto that canvas is to go to Edit, select all, and you'll see it's like, you'll know when it's selected because it's got like these bits at the side moving like that. Then go into Edit again, do Copy, and then you want to exit off of that, close it, it'll disappear, and then go back to Edit, and then do Paste. And there we go, it's there. And then what you can do is you go to Edit, again, Free Transform, hold down Shift at all times when you do this, and then extend it out like that. And then you want to make sure it fills up the whole thing, like that. And then you can let go of Shift now, and then you want to click outside of the box, and then do you want to apply changes? Yes. Okay, and then there's going to be a little problem because with the layers. Now layers are basically, it's basically like a sheet of, imagine like a pile of paper. So whatever one is on the top, you can see. So basically this needs to go down, and then you can scroll, and then there you can see the text reappears. So you want to make sure that the backgrounds are nearly at the bottom, but you don't want it under the first layer, because if you do that, it's basically just not going to show anything below it. So what you want to do now is you want to go to Happy, you want to right click and do Rasterize Layer. Now that basically makes it a transparent, makes the text transparent. Then what I did there, I did Layer Styles and then Outer Glow, okay, and then you want to do leave the opacity, hardness, we'll go with full, so 10, and then the size can literally be whatever you want. Let's just do 20 for now, and then you want to make it black, the outside, because that's going to really make it stand out. And then you can do that for the Halloween. Rasterize layer, layer styles, outer glow, make sure it's ticked, and then hardness 10, and then you can just type in 20 for the size. Change it to black, okay, and exit out. So the next thing you want to do is you want to click Happy, make sure that is highlighted, go to Edit, Free Transform, hold Shift, and then bring it out like that. And then I'm going to center it up a little bit. I'm going to make it quite, yeah, I'm going to do that. So it's quite blurred as well. And then Halloween, we're going to do the exact same. And to make sure they're the same size, I actually put it over the previous one. Extend it out like that until you can no longer see the text behind. And then put that in there. Okay, and then I'm going to take Happy. And then I'm going to free transform and then bring it down like that. Okay, so we're almost done. So, oh, and also, if you scroll, you can look at it. You can put it all the way there, and then you can zoom in. And do all that good stuff. So the next thing I want to do is I want to edit the background because it's a little bit too bright for me. So filter, and you can do box blur, and that slightly blurs the background. I tend to actually go to about 7 because then it's not too blurred to the point where it's like weird, but it's just so the text stands out more. And then if you go to adjustment, which is next to filter on the top tabs, you go to we could do hue and saturation in a minute, but I'm going to do brightness and contrast, and then I'm going to bring the brightness down a little bit, and then the contrast I could probably bring up. That's actually good because then it brings out quite a reddy orange. Contrast full, hit OK, and then we're going to go to adjustment again, saturation, and just up the saturation. Because I've found that if it's oversaturated, it looks like more appealing to the eyes. Don't mess with hue because that changes the color. Or if you want it changed, then obviously you can do that. And then the lightness, you could probably bring it down a little bit. Or I could leave it at that. Oh, that actually looks good. And then if you hit OK, there we go. So I think that's just about it done. I think you could add a little bit more, and then what you can do is you can actually preview what it's going to be like. So if you save it, that's what it's going to look like for your thumbnail. That is what it's going to be like. So, and then you can edit it based on that, because most of the time it won't look like that. It only looks like what's there. So I could probably up the boldness a little bit of each one, or the outer glow. I usually tend to go 30, even though it looks ridiculously sitting there, but when it's actually on the thumbnail, it actually looks fine. So then we do that, and then we can go back to save, And that looks a bit better. But anyways, I think that's the thumbnail done. And then what you can do is you can title it whatever you want it to be saved under as. Do PNG. And if the size is over 2000 kilobits, then basically it won't fit. And YouTube will say, oh, it's like too big to fit in the thumbnail. And then you can maybe take some of the like filters off, which hopefully shouldn't happen to you. It has happened to me once before, but it hasn't really happened again. So make sure not to save it if that happens. Make sure it's under 2000. Otherwise, it's not going to work. But I think that is it for this video. If this video did help you out, make sure you give it a like on the video. And that was a weird sentence. I don't know English, apparently. So if this video helped you out, give it a like. And also subscribe for more YouTube tips. And hopefully you can grow your YouTube channel and find success. One last thing, if you haven't already, make sure you join my Discord. It is down in the description. And it's my community out of YouTube, basically. You can make some friends, talk to me, and yeah, let's all be friends. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye. Oh, 20 minutes of editing. Let's go.